Well, today is day 257 in our journey through the Word. And uh, the word pride just comes uh, to the forefront for me. We've defined this in the past. We've talked about this in reading. We've even talked about in very specifically in Proverbs, where it says pride leads to disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Pride goes before destruction, and haughtiness before a fall. Sometimes pride just creeps into our lives and we don't even realize it. Or if we realize it, it's a feeling that we just don't want to let go of. And that's what we saw in the life of Haman, is he became a very prideful man in his position. And because of that, he wanted everybody to bow before him as he went by. He was like number two in the kingdom, and so he had an expectation that everybody would bow down to him as they bowed down to the king. Until he met Mordecai, and Mordecai was not going to bow down before Haman. And in his pride, he became so obsessed with this one man that all he could do was think about how he could just destroy him, kill him, get rid of him. But then comes Esther, a woman that we read in yesterday's reading, where Mordecai said to her, who knew if perhaps you were called for such a time as this? Haman had plotted against Mordecai, but not just Mordecai, all the Jewish people, and got the king to declare that on March the 7th of the coming year, that they would all be destroyed. None of them knowing Esther was part of that group. So in his pride and in his boasting to his friends about his honors and his position, Haman lost focus. But Mordecai stayed focused on God and focused on his people, and realized that God had used his niece and put her in a place to save them. Now we see in today's reading what Haman had planned for Mordecai, the king used as Haman's punishment. He was stuck on a stake. And then later, his family was as well. What a tragedy. What a tragedy. A man of such high position had lost all humility. And as Proverbs 11:2 said, pride leads to disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. He lost that in his prideful state. And God had already put a plan into place that King Xerxes would become so angry that he would look for a new queen. And that new queen would become Esther. And Esther would be the one who would step up and put her life on the line. She did not become prideful in her position. She remained humble in her position, and because of that, with her humility came the wisdom. With that came the wisdom. A warning to us today: be careful of as pride starts creeping into our lives, we need to remember to stop and pray to God for help, to remove the pride, and to keep us humble, whatever position that we may, whatever position we may be in, whether it be in society or work or others. We must remain humble before, in our positions and before the Lord. Because who knows, the position that we're in, perhaps we have been called for just a time such as this. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow as we continue our journey through the Word.